Do you think life today is more stressful than it used to be?
I definitely think it's more stressful than it used to be, and I think a big part of that is sort of online culture and social media. So everything you do is online, everyone can comment on what you're doing, you're sort of seeing yourself, you're pitted against everyone else in your career field, doing the same things as you, and you never sort of get satisfaction anymore, because you'll do something and think you've done really well, and then you'll go online, share it, look at what other people have done, and then suddenly everyone else seems to be doing so much more than you.
I think it's using that phrase, pitted against other people, is really interesting, because it sort of highlights the fact that life at the moment is more about being in competition with other people rather than achieving things for yourself. And I think you're absolutely right. It's all about comparing yourself, this constant comparing, whether consciously or unconsciously, with other people. And I mean, I remember a time, and I imagine you do as well, where things were slower as well. The pace of life and the things that you did was slower, so that was a different kind of stress. So, you know, if you'd write a letter to achieve something, you'd have to wait for that response, and there was nothing you could do in between. Whereas now you send an email, you're expected to do a million things before you get a response, and you're expected to be reachable at all times. Whereas before, it was more about doing things because of need rather than want, I think.
There's no hiding place nowadays, that's the problem. And you are so easily exposed to everybody around you, and there's reality shows and all sorts of things. People want to succeed so quickly, whereas many times years ago you would never succeed that quickly. You would begin to build a career for yourself, or meet people and then open yourself out to the outside world. But nowadays it's like, now, I want it now. And it's a need rather than a want.
And I think the definition of success has changed as well.
Absolutely.